Hello, friend. Welcome to your reading. I honor and care for myself. I honor and care for myself. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo channeled message. I did want to hop on here as a Virgo myself and pass along some information and some self-care ideas for you during this full moon time. The full moon was on February 23rd, morning of February 24th as well. And the energy lasts for about 3 days on either side of the full moon. And the moon was in Virgo at the time of the full moon. Full moons are great for releasing, for purging, for getting rid of what you don't need. That may be clearing physical clutter, clearing energetic clutter, or emotional baggage that you need to get rid of. New moons are great opportunities for manifesting, for starting new projects, for getting things going. So in this full moon in Virgo, Virgo rules the digestive system, kind of the health and body. So it's a great time to honor your physical body by getting a little bit of extra rest, hydrating. I am a Virgo, which is a mercurial sign. Us and Geminis are mercurial signs. So I actually took the opportunity and made some moon water, which is actually fantastic. It kind of harnesses that full moon energy. You can use it in the bath with you if you want to kind of energetically cleanse or purge. You can put it in a little spray bottle and spray it over your most sacred spaces, your most energetically fraught spaces. So thinking like the front door, maybe the kitchen if you spend a lot of time in the kitchen, or even over your bed if you want to kind of cleanse that area of energy, unwanted energy, stagnant energy. It just is a good like clearing tool. So I am stocked up for the next little bit of time on that. I've heard of some people adding salt to their moon water. It all just sort of depends on how you want to use it. I know some people put it in their coffee in the morning. So if you add salt, maybe don't throw it in your coffee. I chose the I honor and care for myself mantra because this full moon in Virgo is all about sort of purging habits that you don't want to keep around and embracing new habits that are going to create the life that you want. So think if you have a habit of picking up a Snickers every time you walk into a pharmacy or drugstore or something like that, think about leaving that habit behind after this full moon if it's something that you don't want to keep with you going forward, or if you are somebody who is like clicks buy now every time you go on Amazon and it hurts your bank balance. Think about that kind of like daily micro habit that you want to leave behind in order to clear out and make room for the new habits that are going to be amazing for whatever you are hopeful for in the future. Virgos are very detail oriented. They kind of tend to focus on the minutia. So these small habits, these small changes that add up gradually over time are going to be where you want to put your focus. That's one of the reasons why, although I have channeled some messages and I'm going to pull some cards for you today, I did sort of want to focus on spiritual self-care and give you guys some tips and tricks before we get into the cards that I pulled. So I sort of covered the moon phases, like what is good for what time period, but I did take some notes being a Virgo myself. I wanted to talk about cleansing, spiritual cleansing. You may need to cleanse your body a little bit more during this kind of full moon time, and it's a good thing to cleanse your energy as often as you need to when things are feeling stagnant. You may also want to cleanse your space. I've heard recommendations to do this from as little as once every like 3 times a year, for once a season maybe, and as often as like once a week. I feel like a sweet spot is about once a month to cleanse your home and your space energetically. And you can do that in actually a lot of ways. You can use moon water like I talked about. You can use sound with a singing bowl or even bells, or chanting a mantra as you walk around in your space. Make sure to spend extra time at doors and windows and mirrors. And always, 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 when you are energetically cleansing your space, you want somewhere for the energy to go that is either stagnant or unwanted or whatever. So make sure you leave your windows open, your door open for a good windows open the whole time that you're doing it if you can, and door open for at least a good 30 seconds. I know my apartment door kind of swings shut against my will, so I make sure to stand there for a good 30 to 45 seconds while cleansing the space. Think of any of the 4 elements. So fire, thank you. Fire, air. So air, think sound. Fire, think smoke. Smoke is kind of like the hybrid between fire and air. Water, you can think the holy water or moon water, and earth as well. Something that I do that I picked up from a friend and colleague of mine is to put little containers of salt, sea salt. You can also use pink salt if you'd like, but I just prefer pure sea salt in all 4 corners of your house. You can do it in like a little shot glass or like a tea light candle holder. It's preferable to have a glass container. And I change those out when I'm cleansing my home about once a month. But if it's feeling a little energetically mucky, or you've gone through something emotionally yucky and you want to clear out and start fresh, you can change them as often as you want. In more humid climates, you will need to change those little salt dishes more often. When the salt is done, you say thank you to the salt, pour it in the toilet, and give it a flush, and it's on its way. If you live in a multi-story home, you want to do it in all 4 corners on every level of your home. In terms of cleansing your body, you can light a candle with the intent of cleansing your energetic field. A good color candle to use is gray or white or brown for this. And what you can do is you can write a letter or a statement of intent. We call that a petition next to the candle, and say, I wish to cleanse my energy. Thank you so much for cleansing my energy. And you say a little prayer to your higher power, universe, God, whoever you would like, and you light that candle, and make sure that you supervise it burning down. And the idea is, as the candle burns, your energy is cleansed by your own intent. You can cleanse your body with smoke as well. If you choose to use incense for this, you can also use incense around your home for smoke cleansing. I know sage is very popular, but I prefer Palo Santo, or you can also use sage infused incense. Rosemary, you can bundle rosemary and burn rosemary as well. And dragon's blood is good. Dragon's blood is very protective. So if you want to have a more open or welcoming home energetically, it's not really recommended that you use dragon's blood. If you're doing a lot of energetic work in your home, I love when I am talking about protection and a siren goes off. If you're doing a lot of energetic work in your home, dragon's blood may be a better fit for you in terms of smoke cleansing. In terms of cleansing and sort of setting intentions for the energy in your home, a simmer pot is also a great idea. Pot of boiling water and throw in some very cleansing herbs like rosemary, lavender. If you want a very like lovey, warm, love-filled home, you can throw some rose petals in there or rose buds. Chamomile flowers or chamomile tea bags, if you have those, are also great for a simmer pot, and you just kind of leave it simmering low on the stove, let the smell fill the home, and that is doing that work for you. Very low effort. I love it. You can do simmer pots for other intentions as well, but we are just talking about cleansing and self-care today. If you want more simmer pot ideas, leave a comment below and I'm happy to talk about them. And in terms of cleansing your body, you can do a spiritual bath or a spiritual shower. The key with this is really setting your intention before you step in, allowing the energy to be cleansed from you, and thanking your spirit guides and your higher power when you are done for the cleansing. Especially if I am taking a bath, I always like to use Epsom salt. It is very good for energetic cleansing and spiritual baths. I also like to use rosemary oil in the bath. Make sure to give it a good rinse when you're done, because you do not want to slip the next time you take a bath. Or you can even put rosemary or eucalyptus sprigs in the bath with you. Do just be careful if your skin is sensitive. Maybe do a little patch test before you sort of dive all in with that. And is that it? Lastly, in terms of self-care, we can talk about protection. You can wear black tourmaline or black obsidian with the intention of using them for protection. They are very protective crystals. They're pretty common to find at crystal or metaphysical shops in bracelet form or even necklaces. You can also carry them with you. Dragon's blood incense, like I talked about. Oh, and the other thing is you can do sort of daily or weekly protection by using soap with hyssop in it. HYSSOP. It is great for washing your hands with the intention of, I am protecting my energy. I am washing away any vulnerability. Thank you so much. You can also use hyssop soap to wash your body with. You can also anoint yourself with hyssop oil, but again, that is a very strong oil, so I would suggest patch testing your skin before committing and putting it somewhere where you could break out or have a rash. So do be careful with that. And most of all, the biggest thing is just adding intentionality to your everyday. So as you are putting on your makeup or your clothes for the day, think of it as putting on your protection. Think of it as putting on a level of energetic armor. In terms of cleansing, every time you do something that feels cleansing to you, whether it's wash your hands, whether it is wash your face, do so with the intention of cleansing your energy also. The more awareness you bring to it, the more intention and intentionality you bring to these things, the more they will work for you. So that's the spiel on that. Let's get into the cards. Before we started, I did pull two of these cards that I usually pull before the reading starts. The first one ties in with all of what we have been talking about so well. Surround yourself with nature, and you will feel a greater sense of well-being. Nature's healing energy is sensual and magical. It will awaken the sensual magic within you. Virgos are earth signs. The full moon in Virgo is a cue to take from the Virgos and get outside. go be under a tree. I was talking with a friend earlier this week about the smell of trees, and she said, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard you say. And I said, what do you mean you've never smelled a tree? So maybe it's a Virgo thing. If you like this video, if you have smelled a tree before. Also like this video if you like this video. But yeah, like get in touch with, allow your feet, if it's not too cold, to touch the dirt and the grass. If it is too cold, let your boots touch the dirt and touch the grass. If you are more inclined toward water, let your hands or feet, if the climate suits you, be in some water, natural water, lakes, streams, rivers, if it's safe to do so. But being in touch with nature, even just looking at water, looking at the trees, looking at the leaves, looking at the flowers, it will get you in touch with that, that sense of wonder, that sense of connectedness with your higher power, because it created all these wonderful, magical, natural resources just like you were created perfectly. So that card came out. And this card came out too, which is talking about a different kind of self-care, which I do plan to get into in the cards. It is only normal to miss someone who is dear to you, but remember, love knows no separation. You may be physically apart, yet spiritually you are always united. Those you love are forever present in your heart. And that message, I feel like, is particularly important right now. I feel like there is a big energetic swell, like I talked about in my previous reading. And I believe that with this energetic swell, this person who you may have on your mind, missing them is going to feel more painful. It's normal, it's natural, it's how the energy ebbs and flows with the passing of time, with what is currently going on with the planets, with everything, with the cycle of the moon. These things ebb and flow, and I think that it's a wave that you have to ride, and it is I think that the best way of coping with it is living very much in the present moment and accepting that it's okay to miss whoever you are missing right now. And I'm not just talking about romantic love. I'm talking about somebody who's passed on. I'm talking about, your best friend who moved across the country. I'm talking about someone who you fell out with and you just miss talking to them. That missing is love that is unexpressed for whatever reason, and it's normal. And I think that it's important to just get through one day at a time, accepting and understanding that missing them is normal and natural, and it's part of life. And all you can do is make today, this very present moment, the best moment that you can make it. And if that is hunkering down and eating mac and cheese and ice cream while watching sad movies, then that's that for you. If that is getting really gussied up and going on a date with somebody new who you're excited to meet and talk to and get to know, then that's that for you. If that is really busting your butt on a new project at work that you are like so thrilled about and that you are like just really jazzed for and you think is going to make you like a butt ton of money, then throw yourself into that. I don't think that there is anything wrong with honoring the fact that you are missing someone, and throwing your mind and energy and effort transmuting that missing someone into energy toward other things. In fact, I think that's healthy. And I think that that is exactly what some of these, soul family journeys are all about. So having said that, let me pull from this beautiful Neon Awakening Volume 2 deck, which, by the way, when I reach 500 subscribers, and thank you all, I'm at 200 subscribers. I'm so thrilled. When I reach 500, I'm going to be giving away not only this deck, but its sister deck, as well as a few other spiritual goodies to a winner. And I am so excited. So like, if you want to get to that giveaway faster, maybe share this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're here. I would love to have you. And yeah, thanks again for coming on this journey with me. What does this collective need to know about this full moon in Virgo energy, please? What do we need to know? I'm looking for general messages today, Spirit. I'm not looking specifically for career or love. I'm just wondering what we need to know today. The Magician. Full moons are great for typically for letting go of things, for releasing. But I will say there is something about this Virgo, full moon in Virgo specifically, that is great for like releasing in order to prepare, releasing in order to make room for the thing that you are manifesting. I feel like this Magician energy is you guys sort of doing the legwork and the groundwork and what is needed in order to make room for your abundance coming in, possibly new love coming in, new projects. I'm also getting, and I am saying this because I have been getting like crazy signs and syncs for this lately. So like, again, let me know down in the comments if I'm not alone. Clearing the physical clutter, at home, like purging not only emotionally, energetically, old baggage, you know, writing letters and burning them. I'm talking like physically, like packing a bag and driving it to Goodwill, you know, one day at a time. And what's great about full moon to new moon is that the full moon energy of purge is intact until the full moon, until the new moon in 2 weeks time. So if you start the process today of, okay, I'm going to pick 5 things around the house that I really don't need anymore, and I'm going to put it in a bag. And then at the new moon, I'm going to, you know, or the day before the new moon, I'm going to drop it off at the Goodwill. That's going to be huge. That's going to be amazing for you. And then when the new moon, you're going to say, oh my gosh, look at this amazing blank canvas I have that I can, you know, do with whatever I want. Okay, show me. I'm excited for you guys. What do we need to know about this manifesting, purging, full moon energy in Virgo? Some of you may be experiencing tummy troubles or tummy symptoms during this time. That's normal, especially with Virgo energy. Like I said, Virgo does rule the gut. Especially around the full moon, it can be some of that purging energy. Sorry for the graphic. So do like allow that to happen. You may also want to cut out or add a small, that's funny, my frequency turned off. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Anyway, oh no, there it is. That's so strange. It was like it cut off and then it started again. So this is important then, clearly. You may want to cut out either like drinking or caffeine or excess sugar or something like that. It may be like a purging of something like that for a period of time as well. I know a lot of people were doing dry January where they didn't consume alcohol all January. Maybe that's something you want to pick back up again for a little bit. Um, whatever resonates for you in terms of that, or less phone time might be a big one for you. I don't know why I just got that, but I did. But there, it's like making room and clearing out in order to allow what you are manifesting to come in. I always compare it to like, um, you can only buy more dresses if you have room in your closet, right? So you have to clear out and donate some in order to have room to bring new in. Third house, house of communications, uh, and early education, siblings, local travel, and everyday activities is there as well. So this is the third house. The sixth house is kind of like your daily routine, but the third house also speaks to everyday activities and communicating and siblings. It's a very mercurial house. Virgo is also mercurial, which is all about communication. I think that we've been feeling, especially with these interruptions in cell phone service. I don't know if you guys read or heard about these nationwide cellular service disruptions that have been happening. I actually, one of my phones, I have a work phone and a personal phone. One of my phones was disrupted by the outage. So there may be hiccups here. And what I just heard is lean in. So that may be actually taking more time away from the constant barrage of notifications and feeling like you have to answer right away, and actually implementing more boundaries and more free time and more time with your phone on do not disturb, or just setting your phone face down as you're talking with somebody. I feel like there's something about stepping away from the notifications and the pinging and dinging, and allowing your mind space to just breathe a little bit more, and adjusting your daily habits, adjusting your daily routine. I feel like, especially during Pisces season, we're in Pisces season right now, it's like there just needs to be more breathing room for your soul, for your mind, for your healing, for your journey, for your everyday functioning. It's like, allow yourself to move a little slower, give yourself more grace, give yourself more breathing room. I don't know why breathing room keeps coming in. This is weird, but it's like, if you have asthma, make sure that you have enough inhalers stocked up. I know that that's like a strange one, but that's what came in very heavily. If you have asthma, make sure you have an inhaler handy. I don't know if pollution is going to go up or something, but there's something about everybody needs to breathe. Everybody needs to take big breaths, take deep breaths. I'm getting agitated as I'm talking about that, so there may be a sense of emotional heightenedness coming. If that is you, don't forget to like step away and breathe and count to 10 or whatever. Take some space, take some breathing space. The heart chakra came out just to confirm that. The heart center, the lungs are right here. Don't forget to take time, emotional space, emotional distance to care for yourself, to pour into yourself, because that's what's going to keep your heart chakra healthy, open, and it's going to allow you to connect deeply when it's time to do so. But open accessibility to everyone at all times is an impossible situation. They just said it's an impossible situation. It's an impossible standard. Not everyone should have access to you at all times. That's like me. I'm somebody who likes to sort of like post a lot, but especially in the last little bit, especially with all of that watching energy that's been coming in, I felt less comfortable posting in real time. I felt less comfortable posting about my, you know, goings on. And I was going to post something today and I just heard this little voice say, wait. I was like, okay. So I waited, and then when I got home, I asked anyway, just to be sure. I said, should I post this? And I got all no down the line. So you shouldn't be accessible or transparent to people all the time. You are allowed to give, here's what it is. Give yourself the gift of privacy and boundaries. You do not have to explain yourself to anybody. You do not have to, you are not accountable to anybody. You know, if somebody commented on one of my videos like, oh, I just assumed that you gave up on your channel because you didn't post that week, so I unsubscribed to you. Glad you're back. And I understand, you know, that, you know, whatever you need to do, but at the same time, you know, I was sick and I wasn't going to film a reading if I wasn't feeling good. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be sitting here if my energy isn't good for you guys, because that doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve the message. It doesn't serve anything or anybody. So I didn't record. I didn't post. And I posted and recorded as soon as I could. And you know, as my channel grows, I will definitely be posting more often. I will definitely be recording more often, more of the educational content if you guys like that, more of the readings if you guys prefer that. But yeah, I remember, you are not obligated to anybody. Personal growth is not a matter of learning new information, but unlearning old habits. Oh my gosh, how perfect is that for what we were talking about with this full moon? I'm dying. It's unlearning the old small habits to make room for what's to come and the growth, and filling in that space where the old habits used to live with what's new and what you want there. So like, let's say for example, I have a habit of being like, oh my God, how much money do I have in my checking account before I make any purchase? And I'm like stressing, looking at my bank app. If I unlearn that old habit, I have room to be thankful for how much I do have. I have room to meditate on whether I really want to make this purchase or not, if it's intentional, if it fits my brand, if it fits my lifestyle, if I have room in my house for it. I have room to say a little prayer of gratitude to my higher power in that moment. I have room for so much that isn't negative, that isn't fearful, that isn't, you know, actively putting me in a lack mindset. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I'm so grateful that this full moon presents that opportunity. Spirit, can you just give me one more, please? And then we can ask about whoever is on your mind. I feel like most of you have somebody on your mind. Spirit, one more card about this full moon energy, and then I promise we can swap to love. We sure can. I don't know why you're sticking out. Archangel Raphael. This is the angel of healers and healing. And he also blesses marriages. Now, I think this is an opportunity for a reminder that this has come in super strong, and it's actually coming in my head on this side in particular. And like, and that's my left-hand side, which is my feminine side. So that's really interesting that it's coming in there. So maybe I have some personal work to do on this, or it's a message for the divine feminines specifically. The healer also has to be healed. I'm going to say that again. The healer also has to be healed. And the best person for the job is you. So take the time, give yourself the space, give yourself the breathing room, give yourself the extra 2 minutes to pour into your own cup, to heal yourself, to heal what needs to be healed within you. And I'm not talking about like, sometimes it is the really deep shit. Sometimes it's the really deep shit that causes trouble in our everyday life. You know, if you have like a really deep mother wound, for example, that causes you issues like walking out your front door in the morning because you're like, oh my God, everyone hates me, I look stupid, I can't do this, then yes, heal that deep shit. But sometimes it's like, my body hurts and I need an extra 30 minutes of sleep, so I'm gonna put my happy butt to bed 30 minutes early. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's you being, thank you for the message. It's you being your own mother, your own nurturing parent. You saying, I understand how you feel and why you feel that way, and I'm going to encourage you lovingly toward the solution right now. I understand that you're hungry and you want Pop-Tarts, but that's not gonna get you full. That's gonna get you hungry in a half hour. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna heat up some chicken, or if you're vegetarian, some like lentils or shit. Live your life. We're gonna have some protein. We're gonna have something filling, and that's the meal. We're not gonna have Pop-Tarts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's being your own parent. It's taking care of yourself, because if you are on this channel, if you are here watching this video, you have some light that you have to offer the world as a part of your soul contract here. You have a job to do. You have a light worker's job to do. Whether it's shining on your own, whether it's healing and helping others, whether it's healing and helping others by shining your brightest, whatever it is, you have a job to do, and you need to be your best self in order to do that job. So you need to heal yourself, and Archangel Raphael is here to help. Thank you. Also, I do want to note, Archangel Raphael is often called upon to bless marriages. These marriages may not always be romantic marriages. I know what you're thinking. You're here, it's a tarot channel, marriage, but it might be like a business partnership. It might be a marriage of resources. It might be a marriage between, why did I just hear sports teams? That's not true. Stop. It might be a marriage of like two unexpected things coming together in your life, that is being sanctioned and blessed and encouraged and healed and helped by San Raphael, Archangel Raphael. It might be the mending and marriage of a broken relationship, like you had a falling out with somebody and that is getting patched up, and Archangel Raphael is letting you know that he is present. He's present for that. Okay, let's get 2 cards for love and romance from this beautiful deck. Again, shout out to Spiritual Infusion 1111. She is amazing. I love the way her mind works. I love her readings. If you are not subscribed to her, first of all, yes you are. If you're here, you are subscribed to her. But if you're not subscribed to her, you should be. She is absolutely incredible. And she does these fantastic love readings. She does spiritual readings. And she made this incredible deck. The card agreed with me. Thanks for the confirmation. 2 cards for love and romance. Whoa. Okay, we got 3 cards here. Woo, Nelly. All right. All right. I see you. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Y'all. Hello? Let me show you the 3 cards that fell out. Okay, these 3 fell out at the same time. Transformation isn't a future event. It is a present day activity. Pluto, baby. Transformation, power, death, rebirth, regeneration, deep changes and subconscious, and the devil. And it's funny, I knew to stop moving the cards because I just had a feeling that I wanted to check the bottoms, and I'm so glad I did because Venus and Mars are here. So, some of you, for those that don't know, Venus is divine feminine, Mars is masculine. So, some of you are on the twin flame journey. Venus is also emotions, beauty, pleasure, romantic relationships. Mars is all about action, conflict, aggression, sexuality. So I'm really glad that I saw those were the overall bottoms of the deck energy here. Okay, let's get into these 3 cards that came out. I asked for 2, they gave me 3. Thank you for the abundance spirit. I think it's pretty obvious with Pluto being the planet of transformation, huge transformation, and rebirth and death, along with the Jillian Michaels quotes about transformation. That huge transformation is currently happening for your person. I feel like this devil energy is not only a level of fixation and fascination and watching and that we've been picking up on for a hot minute, but I feel very strongly that your person has been in this like deep sort of baby step mode of transforming subconsciously for a period of time. And it's like a shift in mindset, a shift in feeling. And they might not even necessarily have been aware of it, but with Pluto and the devil here, whatever these karmic ties are, these negative influences are, whether it is drinking or drugs or a toxic friend group or a toxic friendship or a toxic relationship, whatever it is, Pluto is blowing it up, baby. And with Jillian Michaels, it's a present. It's not a future event. It's a present day activity. It's happening now. I feel like this is like, yes, this is about change through habits and massive change through small change adding up. But more than that, to me, it's saying today, this change is now. This is like a Tower card to me. I'm like curious if the Tower is anywhere here. No, she's not. But I'm getting huge Tower energy from this card. I feel like if it hasn't already happened, it is happening quickly with Pluto here. I feel like whatever has been restricting this person, the devil is Saturn energy, which is the planet of restrictions. Whatever has been holding this person back from acting from their heart is either going or gone. I don't know if they're... What I just heard is the curse is broken. The spell is broken. I don't know if any of you feel like there's any spell work going on in your life right now, but like if there has been, one, do all the cleansing stuff I was talking about earlier. Cleanse. And there's also something in hoodoo called uncrossing, which is talks about kind of like purging the negative energy attached to you. If you want me to do a video about that, you can leave it below. But what I feel very strongly is that if this person has felt cursed in any way, if this person has been under any manipulative influences, it doesn't have to be like literal, like Gargamel over the cauldron spell work. It can be verbal manipulation. It could be lies. It could be illusions caused by, I don't know why friend group keeps coming up, but it does. If like a group of people has this person under a false illusion, that is dissipating or has dissipated, and the truth is revealed. The spell is broken. The curse has been lifted. That's like so intense. These cards are intense. This energy is very intense. And I think this full moon, this purge, this banishment is playing a huge role, because there is an element of divine timing. There's an element of divine timing. Now, these types of situations are not on our time. They're on the higher power's time. They're on God's time. And I do feel like this full moon in Virgo has been monumental, massive for the person on your mind. And again, if somebody popped into your head that maybe wasn't the person that you were watching this video for, or wasn't who you expected, don't ignore that. If your sister popped into your head when you were listening to me talk about that, maybe that's your intuition or your guides or somebody trying to tell you something. Don't ignore those. Don't ignore those at all. Don't ignore the signs and synchronicities right now. Specifically 222, 444, and 888 as well. 8s are very powerful numbers for me personally. But definitely don't ignore those right now. And that's just from them. That's just what I heard. Okay, thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I would love to have you in the family. Please consider subscribing and liking the video if you liked the video. And like the video if you want a visit from my cat in the next video. Yeah, and let me know what you'd like to hear more of. I'm going to leave a timestamp below because I know that I sort of went off at the beginning of the video about self-care. So I'll leave a timestamp in the comments below with the start of the reading. Okay, amazing. Thanks again. Happy full moon in Virgo. Happy almost end of February. Happy Pisces season. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time. Bye.